Fight fans, here we go. Introducing first, fighting on the red corner. He stepped to the ring tonight wearing the black trunks trimmed with white. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 146.9 pounds. As a professional, his record stands 10 victories against 16 defeats with 2 bouts even. 5 of his wins coming to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, de Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, introducing Daniel Perales. And introducing his opponent, fighting across the ring out of the blue corner. He stepped in the ring right, wearing the camel trunks trimmed with gold and black. When he stepped onto the scale, he went officially at 145.3 already pounds. As a professional, he enters the ring tonight undefeated. 5 wins with 0 losses. 3 of his victories come to you by way of KO. Ladies and gentlemen, from Corona, California, introducing Luis Lopez. Once again, referee Wayne has been to the final instructions.
Tell the tape, Luis Lopez is the younger man. He's taller by 1 inch, and he's got a significant reach advantage.
Undefeated Luis Lopez, 5-0. Got the camouflage trunks. Daniel Perales with the old school black and white. Beto Duran, Doug Fisher here at the Doubletree in Ontario, our 3rd bout of the night.
Lopez has some fast hands.
Ruben Espinoza tuning in. What's happening? Jamel Herring watching. Bruce Alston watching in Massachusetts.
Doesn't Perales have that look of like the old school Mexican idol? Look at his hair and his face. And I mean, like, I'm not even talking about the 80s and 70s. No, I'm talking like the 40s, 50s, and 60s.
You're going Pedro Infante.
Yeah, Enrique Bolanos, Kid Azteca.
Kid Azteca.
That's going way back.
Hey, that's what you do. That's what you do.
What's the other guy? I'm trying to think of the guy who fought Henry Armstrong.
History lessons with Doug Fisher every Thompson boxing show.
It'll come to mind. Man, Louis showing some upper body movement.
Angel Diaz says, I love when a boxer represents where he's from. Well, the 91 and the 15 freeways, that's Corona.
Yeah.
That's where Luis Lopez is from. Went to Corona Centennial High School, the football powerhouse. Actually played football as a 9th grader. Then realized, hey, for boxing I had to lose weight, not gain weight. So I got a future in boxing. Yes, he does. As he's loading up on his punches here in the 1st.
Perales is one of them dudes. You hit him, he's going to hit you back.
Oh, yeah.
He's not going to be overwhelmed by speed or power.
True Boxing. Nacho Zuniga checking in from the Metroplex in Dallas-Fort Worth. Michelada, seafood, boxing on a Friday. And what about that misa, mijo?
Baby Arizmendi. That's the old school Mexican fighter I was trying to think of. Baby Arizmendi.
Jeez, Doug, you're bringing it. Make sure you guys write that down. Arizmendi.
Yeah, look him up, folks. It's worth it. If he's not in the Hall of Fame, he should be.
What about Seferino Garcia?
Oh yeah. Well, he was from the Philippines. But you know what? Mexicans can claim him. He was a badass.
Yeah, well, Mexicans will claim you.
You know what? Right.
We're claiming Mexican.
It sounds Mexican, doesn't it? Seferino Garcia. Now, he was from the Philippines. Filipino star of the 30s.
Jeez.
He popularized the bolo punch, the bolo uppercut.
Andre Barrera says, what about Carlos Baldomir?
Argentina, but yeah, you know what? Perales actually kind of looks like Baldomir. Got that big head.
Yeah, the Mexicans don't claim Argentina.
Yeah,
actually, the Argentinos don't claim anything else.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Francisco Salazar. Hey, what's up, Francisco, the writer extraordinaire?
Hardest working boxing writer in Southern California.
And a teacher and a soccer coach. What about?
All respect. And a dad.
Says, what about Raton Macias?
Yes. Yeah, he was an idol. He was an Olympian, very popular.
Carlos,
Flyweight, bantamweight.
Carlos Carlson checking in. And Carlos, during the main event against Ituarte, we want you to log in with us. Make sure you guys leave us some comments. I know you fought Ituarte before. Y saludos.
Was that Ituarte's last fight?
Yeah. Manchu says Doug should work for a magazine or something. Nah, man. he'll never do that.
That's good. I like that. One day.
Yeah, Doug's too busy battling the demographic.
There you go. Going on their YouTube channels for 3 hours.
Yeah.
I need my head examined. I need help.
Thanks, everybody watching. Second round, Louis Lopez.
You know, I thought Lopez had a good first round, but he could settle down a little bit. It looks like he's in a bit of a rush.
Yeah, that's what Henry says. He needs to slow down, and he loves doing that, Doug.
Well, I can tell he gets a rush from the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
When he lets his hands go and he hears the crowd react to it, it gives him an adrenaline rush, and he rides with it. He likes it. That's a nice one, too. I think he should be throwing straight punches down the pipe. I don't think he needs to be in close with this guy.
Rudy Hernandez watching. Is that the Rudy with the Bluetooth?
Rudy's got a stud from Japan who holds the WBO junior lightweight title, getting ready to defend it against Jamel Herring. That's Masayuki Ito.
Okay, Jamel's actually watching right now.
Jamel watches everything.
Yeah, he is.
When that dude's not training, he's online, he's on Twitter, and he's watching live streams. Shout out to Jamel. That's an excellent fight.
Where's that one at?
It's going to be in Florida, I think, May 25.
All right.
It's going to be an excellent fight.
Troy Williams, we go back to Sacramento, end of June. Thompson boxing, going on the road.
Lopez needs to be working the jab right now, controlling that distance. He's the taller man. He has the longer arms. He's got the faster hands. There's no reason to let this guy get close to him. And you can say to yourself, well, Perales doesn't punch hard enough to hurt him, or, you know, Perales can't out-muscle him. But what about clashes of heads?
But it's also you need to work on things too, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah, see, beautiful. Straight right down the pipe. That's what Lopez needs to do. Work that jab and drop the right hand when he sees the openings, and create the openings with his jab. He can jab to the body. He doesn't have to always load up to the body with power shots.
Juan Manzano, Danny Garcia, or Adrian Granados Saturday night?
I got to ride with Danny Garcia, but Granados is tough on everybody. He's like probably one of the best gatekeepers in boxing right now of any weight class.
That's El Tigre, right?
Yeah, out of Chicago.
Tiger. Some redness in the nose of Louis Lopez.
He's making this harder than it needs to be, and Perales is putting hands on him right now. And here's the thing, Lopez might be breathing heavy because he's been loading up with every shot.
You said that, Doug. He's making it harder for himself than it needs to be.
Absolutely.
A jab always helps. And Perales, he's in this kind of fight every single time. This is nothing new for him.
Yeah, he's used to it.
Chuy Sánchez, saludos. De San Luis Potosí, México lindo y querido. Potosí. 2 in the books. Hey, people are on Granados' side.
Well, I can understand that. Listen, I thought Granados deserved the decision against Adrian Broner. I thought Granados was competitive with Sean Porter. I think maybe that fight was stopped early because of cuts or something like that. Yep. I mean, if you look at who Granados has fought, he's faced everybody, and nobody has had an easy time with him. He's tough, and he has underrated boxing ability, but I think Danny Garcia is a little bit underrated. I think people don't like him because he's got that swagger.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of money. Maybe he flaunts it. Maybe he doesn't fight enough. Maybe he talks about business too much. But I don't think any of the elite welterweights, including Errol Spence, has an easy night with Danny Garcia. That's not a popular thing to say. It is what it is.
There will be no Granado slander on this Facebook page.
No, I have the utmost respect for Granados.
Oh yeah.
I like gatekeepers more than I like contenders and prospects and title holders. To me, they're the best.
I have a lot of respect for fighters like Daniel Perales.
Yes, and he's a journeyman.
Yeah.
But he's that journeyman that's actually in there trying. He landed a nice right cross. That was just timing. Perales is now putting pressure on Lopez. Let's see if that pressure adds to any fatigue factor for Lopez.
Norberto Flores in Indianapolis, Indiana. What's happening? Rocas, everybody is an expert, bro. Man, let him be. You got to show you're an expert too. Luis Lopez having a much tougher fight than he expected.
Is there blood from the nose of Lopez?
Yes, there is. It was red last round. Now there's blood.
And he's being pushed back at points in this round, which shows fatigue is catching up to him. But he did that to himself. It wasn't Perales doing it. I mean, Perales added to it by keeping a poker face, by not conceding to that aggression. But it's not like Perales has put a whole lot of physical punishment on Lopez. He's starting to put hands on Lopez now, but Lopez is tired because he's just loading up too much.
And Perales can take those shots.
Yes, he can.
I swear every Mexican that comes from Monterrey has this chin, and they will take a punch to the face like nothing.
Oh my goodness.
But if Lopez would work some body, a jab would be good, right, Doug?
I think boxing basics would help Lopez out a lot. Because I think it would hold Perales at bay. It would enable him to win the round because he would just outpoint the journeyman, but it also give himself a breather.
Yeah.
But you know, it's not just going to the basics, the fundamentals, the jab in the right hand and staying on the outside. It's also just learning how to relax. You still have to relax.
And these kind of rounds are something that Henry Ramirez's trainer can go back and look and say, look, this round, boom. Example, you get tape on your fighter.
Yeah, and best believe Ramirez will do that.
Yep.
Yes, he will.
He's got a nice skill set, Luis Lopez.
He does. He's got skill and he's got athleticism, and obviously he has a fighter's mentality.
Yeah. Hey, look, a lot of people, managers, see a fighter like Daniel Perales 10-16-2. They're not going to want to match up their guy. Richard Brewer 4-0 takes on Sergio Ramirez, who's tough, out of Tijuana. That's our next bout, our co-main. Cool Breeze out of Rancho Cucamonga. He's in the back waiting his turn.
Time to get warmed up.
Yep. Cass ran slim. Lopez pushing the KO too hard. It'll come. Bill Bone. Lopez might get clipped. Going for the Coro. You know what? That's as he goes up in levels, you have those opponents like Perales doesn't have pop behind.
He doesn't have enough power to do it. Yeah, Perales would have to catch Lopez off balance.
But there's as he goes up in level though.
Right.
Aldo Aguilar watching the fights after a long day of work. What's happening, man? Get a beer, get a cocktail, get a squirt, whatever it is. Sit back and watch. We got two more after this one.
This has been good work for Lopez.
Yeah. You learn with these tough Mexican journeymen who are here. They're not here to collect just a check. They're here to work. Julius Giuliani, hola! ¿Qué pasó, viejo?
What's up, Julius?
Watching us in South America.
Yeah, that guy's everywhere.
Good follow on Twitter.
Yep, I follow him.
Him and Barbosa box all day long.
Follow Barbosa as well.
Yeah, Barbosa was getting into it with Coppinger on Twitter. You see that?
Oh, no, really? The cop. Uh-oh. Sources say.
He said it was about the Munguia, Hogan, and the cards. And Coppinger went in, and Barbosa was like, hey, no, this is happening. He's like, well, you're going to defend him. You're Mexican. He's like,
ooh, no way. No, he didn't. Boy, boxing Twitter, Wild Wild West, man.
Tequila and Square Monchu. Ya sabes, man. Rodriguez Caesar. I was about to do my homework, but damn, I have to see these fights. Hey, you know what? I agree with you.
Yeah, homework can wait.
Neno Rodriguez. Man, is this really the Neno watching? You have a Facebook? What up, Neno?
He's a talented fighter right there.
When are you fighting against, Neno? Gavin Ekonomu in Australia. What's happening?
Yeah, you could tell Lopez is a little bit tired. He's feeling it, feeling that burn in the lungs. There's not quite as much snap on his shots now that he had in the first round.
Yep. That's why they start him off at 4 rounds, then going to 6.
You have to work you have to crawl before you can walk before you can run.
Albert Baker, boxing Twitter, not for the faint of heart. Or the smartest, Albert.
That's true.
Eric Mancha, looking forward to see Dutch over May 10th. Omega Products in Corona. If you guys are going, get the tickets now.
Nice 3-punch combination from Lewis, and Lopez added his own sound effects just for good measure.
Guys like Perales or Journeyman, they come in, make it look hard, they get another fight.
Perales was going to the body really well there, getting a warning from the referee, Wayne Hedgepath, to keep him up. Again, I thought they were borderline.
Angel Diaz has to be at work in the morning. I don't care. Got to watch my boxing. Exactly.
Perales is interesting. He'll move around, and then he kind of puts this subtle pressure on his opponent, and it all adds up. Perales in there trying. 3 minutes of all 4 rounds, and this was really good work for Lopez, and this was great for me to see because I know where Lopez stands as a young prospect, and I see a lot of tools, I see a lot of promise, and I also see some things he needs to work on.
22 years old, Louis Lopez.
He's got time.
Got the tools, definitely has a good trainer with him. He'll make the adjustments. Be back on Thompson card later on this year. Don't go anywhere. We got Ruben Villa coming up, the Salad Bowl. Prada Salinas will be joining us. Esteban Lopez, ready for Danny. Hey, D-Mac. D, good job, man. You got a nice fighter there. You got a good kid right there.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, man.
Hey, Don. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job, D-Mac.
Talking to Devontae McCohen, who fought in the first bout tonight, walked by us, and, I clap for him. You clap for him. You got to pay respect to these young kids.
Hey, that was still the fight of the night.
Yep.
The 2 young guys who had 0 pro fights between them.
Yep. Ray Fernandez, calm down, man. Brewer is coming up next. We got to build the suspense. Ray, actually, you know what? Why don't you share this right now? Tell everybody that your boy Brewer is fighting next, and then as soon as you do that, we'll bring him in the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 exciting rounds of fighting, to the judges' scorecards we go for the official decision. All 3 judges, Carla Caiz, Fernando Villarreal, and Max DeLuca, all see about the same, 36-40, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision, and still undefeated from Corona, California, Louis Lopez.
Louis Lopez improves, gets the victory. He's now 6-0 as he's talking with Perales. Give him a good round. sportsmanship. They'll take the picture together. As Kite will get him eventually. Kite Monroe will eventually take that picture.